This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system. Hello! Just clear my throat before we start.
Sorry about
that. No, we've started.
We have.
Hello, welcome to... What's going on with me? It's a bit of a strange headline. Welcome to the Latics Football Phone-In with me, Matt Dean.
And me, Sexy Dave.
So, last night, Dave.
Yeah.
Top six clash. 6th versus 3rd.
Yeah.
We were 6th.
Yeah.
Barnet were 3rd. 13 points ahead of us.
Yeah.
We had to win.
It was easy, weren't it?
Doddle.
Too easy.
Walk in the park.
Yeah. Easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, it was a good game.
It was all right game.
It was a good game.
It was a good performance, professional performance. I thought it wasn't a scintillating match. The conditions were absolutely terrible, weren't they?
But they did the job.
How was it when I walked out of the ground and over the car park at the end of the game into that wind?
You walked over the car park like God.
I walked over it, yeah.
Floated.
Then I noticed just how bad the wind was and thought, bloody hell, they did well to play some good football in that wind.
Yeah, a few kicks went awry, didn't they? And when Matt Hudson booted it out in the second half, it just like blew back.
Yeah, I didn't think we made the most of the wind in the first half. We didn't have any shots, did we?
It changed direction. It was against us in both halves.
Was it?
It was.
And that's a message from the weather office.
So what did you think, though, of the debut of Tom Conlon?
Oh, he's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, he could have scored, couldn't he?
He's no...
it was a good miss.
He's no Callum Whelan.
Well, no, he's definitely no Mo Silla.
No, but, you know, there's definitely potential there.
Yeah, he needs to book his ideas up and get the bloody shots on target, if you ask me.
Right, well, you know what? We've not got any callers lined up, and this is Latics Football Phone-In. So what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to play the interview that you did with Mickey Mellon last night after the match. And if there's no callers waiting by the time this finishes...
We're gone.
We're gone out. We'll have an early night.
Yeah.
Here we go. No video, just audio.
Mickey, OFC podcast. Hey Mickey, Oldham's playing fine. Norwood scoring all the time. Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey, we're so fine. Tom Conlon's...
You forgot your words?
Tom Conlon's playing so sublime. Hey Mickey. Mickey, is it promotion time? Is it party time? We're going to have it, no?
No, as good as your song was, it's not got me all carried away, no.
I know you don't want to single people out, but well done tonight. It was
I thought it was good. I thought the fans played a big part in it as well on a difficult evening. Difficult weather, but they kept us going. They supported us all the way when we needed them. They got right behind us. It's going to be a big group effort from all of us, and the supporters certainly played their part tonight. And we just want to keep representing them properly and give them a team that they feel worthwhile to come and watch. So yeah, still work towards that, but delighted.
So walking on Saturday, do you think there'll be any changes, or do you think it will keep to the same team?
We'll have a look. We'll have a look. I'm not going to be reckless or try to be clever. The end of the day, players will go out and perform. It's all about the players. We'll put a team out there that we believe can continue to keep moving us forward. Another difficult game at the weekend because everybody makes it difficult coming to Oldham. So we'll be ready. We'll be prepared and no excuses. We'll look to go and try and to win another game of football.
And there's been like 4 signings, with the latest one being Andrew Dallas. There's a rumour of maybe one more. Is that the case?
No. We would have to do a wee bit of what would you call it? A wee bit of moving things around now to try and get things moving. That's proven a wee bit difficult, to be honest. But we haven't got an everlasting pit of funds here, that's for sure. We worked a very, very good budget, supported by a brilliant supportive family. We probably have to jiggle a few things around now to try and get people in, but there's certainly a lot of people want to play for Oldham. There's a lot of people want to come to Oldham. There's a lot of people want to be a part of this. And if we get the opportunity to get them on and we think they would make us better, then we'll get after them. But for the minute, we'd probably have to do a wee bit of housekeeping.
What did you get booked for, Mickey?
I don't know.
Shame about the ref getting hit by the ball as well, weren't it?
Well, listen, the gods of football sometimes smile on you. And certainly, I thanked him for that moment.
Were you smiling?
From ear to ear.
Cheers.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I can't top that.
Unmute.
Yeah.
You were just shooting from the hip though, weren't you? Your new hip.
Just got the yeah. Thank you, NHS. No, I went private. No, I just vibed it.
Yeah,
just
vibed it.
Totally vibed it.
And it was flawless as well, wasn't it?
Well, I at first you looked a bit annoyed when I started
freestyling.
Yeah, rapping.
It's like Eminem.
Timmy Mallet.
Yeah, you are to rap anyway. Yeah. So anyway, we're a bit of humour in the press box.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, and it was a good little 2 minutes there, Dave.
Good.
So he was.
My wife says. It's a minute and a half at best.
So what I was going to say was about the housekeeping. So basically, what he's saying is we're going to have to shift a few.
We need to get
Can't
rid
keep
of
bringing them in.
The old dross. Who's on your dross list, Matt?
Well, I'll tell you who's on Roberts, Isaacs, Selden, not all in Shelton. Well, that's easier said than done, I think. That's the problem, isn't it?
Well, buying's easy, selling's hard.
Yeah. Oh, Chris Stringer. She was lying about the 2 minutes. I think that's what I'm referring to. Anyway.
Don't talk about your wife like that.
Hey. Anyway, we must have another Scott on. Should we have another Scott on?
Why not?
One Scott followed by another. All right, Graham.
Hi, guys.
What's it like having a Scotsman as Latics manager? Does that tick a box for you in some way, or does it not matter?
It just means when I come down to watches, there's only me in the stadium now. It'll be 2 years.
I didn't understand that. Why did you say that?
No, I mean Scotsman. I mean, when I come down to watch Oldham play, it means it just won't be just me. The Scotsman will be him as well.
Oh,
that's it. Yeah. Well, Andy Dallas is a Scotsman as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. A bit of a quick one. Have you watched Dallas in the SPL? Because he's been at Kilmarnock, hasn't he?
I'm gonna say something not to be rude to the SPL, right? But my team's in League 2. I don't bother with any division above us because between us two, in Scottish football, everybody makes about the two ugly sisters, not anybody else.
Yeah.
So, what did you watch the game last night, mate?
I got in for the last 20 minutes, missed both penalties, but they looked decent in the 20 minutes I watched.
Who stood out for you?
I like the I can't pronounce Conlon. Yeah, he looked good.
He did. Yeah, I thought he was superb. He could have scored though, but he unfortunately just didn't have the Dave Bradley technique to get it in the top corner. So, but hey, you got to learn somewhere.
Norwood's just pace bit at the end to try and get his hat trick. That was a good wee thing.
He's just a class player, and he's really started to show.
He looked like he was enjoying himself a bit more last night, didn't he?
First 10 minutes, you were giving Fond up a right barracking, weren't he, for not moving into the box because he played a great ball across the 6-yard box, and he was like, move in, and then he won the penalty, scored his goal, and he seemed to just chill out for goodness sake. So
two players who'd never thought would play together, but they seem to suit each other.
They do, don't they? He must frustrate the living daylights out of Norwood, though, mustn't he, Fond up?
But he's just a pain in the defence's ass, isn't he? The whole game, he's a handful.
Penalty.
Yeah, he won a penalty. Well, they both did, didn't they? I mean, that foul on Norwood, so bad from their defender, just like poof.
Just barged him straight in the back. But the third one, where Norwood was clean through, referee bottled that one big style.
Didn't want to make 3 big calls in a game, did he?
No. And if he'd made that call, he would have been right. But he must have just thought it's not going to look good.
Sadly.
So this is new ground for us all, Graham. Top 5 now.
No. I predicted at the beginning of the season 5th place we'd be in. Remember?
He did.
I said 3rd. You said 4th.
I said 4th.
Yeah,
playoff win.
So we're all in and around where so far.
It's about time I got something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the way to being correct. But yeah, Graham, fair play to you. You did say even with the start after Southend when you came on after the first show, you said don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. So yeah, credit to you, mate.
I didn't call about the game to talk about the game yesterday. I actually called to say thanks for the podcast. I enjoyed it about the was it rugby?
Yeah, the rugby special.
That was really I enjoyed that one. Really good podcast.
It was a nice story. I was like, it was great. I just thought it was fun. I just thought the lads did Latics credit and they did themselves credit, and it was just a really nice story. So I wanted to talk about it. It was it was the story of the day for as far as Latics was concerned, wasn't it? Because obviously there was no game, it was great. And but Bin Man does a great job. Me and Brad putting that coach on week in, week out, and credit to everybody on that buzz, and not just them lads, but everybody who goes every single game. Like Bin Man was saying, who's been to every away game and every home game. And this season, it's an achievement, isn't it? It's not an easy thing to do either, because life, throws things at you, which means you can't go to every game even if you want to. So if I was talking to Adam, who stands next to me last night, and he was talking about some of the things that are sort of throwing obstacles in his way for his perfect season, as he described it. That's his aim, to do the perfect season. It's a tough thing to do.
No, but we're 4 hours across each way in Scotland. 4 hours each way if we go all the way to the top to the bottom. But from you guys to Torquay places, I mean, that's like what, 9-10 hours?
About 7 hours it took me when I went to the away game. It was horrendous, and it was 5 on the way back. But yeah, you've got to do it, and I'd love to go to every game, but as you said, life just gets in the way. But we have got great fans like Bin Man, Brad. Yeah. There's a lot of away fans who aren't as well known as them who still go and do it. So
of course, yeah.
And we've got the Oasis lot who support in the south, as well. So it's something's starting to build now, isn't it? I think there's a bit of a good feeling coming.
Yeah, me and my mate are planning the 2nd of March. I think it's Stockport. Is it Southend? No, Stock. Who are we going to say?
2nd of March. Let's have a look.
Yeah, we're.
It's not Rochdale.
Southend at home.
Yeah. That's our goal this year, to get that game at least, because we try and get because we can't get lots of games because our work schedules. But that's our goal this year, to get to this game.
Yeah, well, give us a shout, and if you're coming down, let us know. We'll meet up and say hello.
Yeah, definitely. Flesh. Yeah. You can buy us a pint for doing such great content.
Absolutely.
Commentary, but in the games, because when I watch the nationwide thingy on the commentary seems to go in and out.
What? So you want us to do it? Well, just write to the club and make it known.
Make us an offer we can.
I'm not saying you guys do it are not great, but you tune in next minute talking about something completely different. You're like, what?
Wow.
It's nice to have Mikey Brown back in it for the home games. Not that I hear
Roy's good.
Yeah, but it's that again, and that's another thing. It takes a tremendous amount of commitment to do that. Yeah. It's a fair play to John Beard who drives the media team down, and Alan and Roy.
Nathan,
it's every single weekend, every single Saturday. That is during the football season, that's what they do. They don't do anything else. It's a tremendous commitment to bring us all this, all the videos and everything that we, so fair play to them, and big credit to them.
I bet you don't even get paid, to just do it for the love of the game.
No, that's us. No, we don't get paid for it, but they actually do get paid for it, don't they?
Yeah. Roy doesn't, does he?
No, Roy does it voluntarily, doesn't he, to be fair? Proper servant to the club.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's hats off to them. So big stuff. So give us a shout when you come down, Graham. We've got a bit of a queue now, so we'll move on.
Yeah,
thanks for calling, mate.
Nice to speak to us and something different.
Cheers, mate.
All the best. Take care, Graham. Bye. Let's bring in Andy.
Andy.
Yo.
Evening, lads.
How are
you? All right?
Yeah, very good. Thanks. Yourselves?
Yeah.
No nosebleed yet?
No, loving it at altitude. Can't wait to go higher.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really altitude, is it? It's 6th in the 5th division, 5th in the 5th division. So there's still a lot to look up to, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's all about perspective, isn't it? It's all about the journey. It's all about where you've come from, where you're going to, and I mean, this is an important step in the journey, isn't it? We've had years and years of looking over our shoulders at the relegation places, and now, we've got real optimism about this second half of the season. Last night was a big game, wasn't it? We're playing another team in the playoffs, a team that we're trying to, I think we can say after last night, a team we're trying to hunt down so that we can get into that second and third place, so that we only have to play one game to get to Wembley. And the team responded, didn't they? I mean, Tom Conlon, you've spoken about him a bit already. I mean, we looked a different team just with that one player in the middle of the park, someone who can, someone who can pass a football, someone who can make other players look like better players. Someone said on the message board, someone who can win a foul when you need a foul. He can certainly take a free kick, can't he? So, there are so many reasons for optimism, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. The thing is with good footballers is, like you said, they make players around them look better because it allows them to do their jobs. I think Nathan Sherrin has to come in for a lot of credit again. Like, he didn't play against Hendon, and
you could tell.
Yeah, you miss him because he's there. He's a talker. He's an organizer. He encourages players to push up.
Never gives up.
He made the second penalty. Well, him and Conlon actually made that, didn't they? With persistence and keeping the ball in play.
That block on the line when he just threw himself right in front of it, booting the ball in the rest's face. Dan's favourite.
Yeah,
I think he's. Everyone says that I've been in the Sheeran fan club, but honestly, I've always rated him. But I think he needs better players around him.
Yeah,
I think he's a very quiet lad, and I think he needs someone to bring him on. And I think Conlon could be that sort of player. Didn't see much of Hammond last night because it was only 2 minutes, but. There's a lot of positives. I thought Lundstrom looked a lot more confident last night.
I thought he came into the game, but I thought he grew into the game.
Yeah.
I still don't think we've seen the best of him by a long stretch.
I think he's carrying an injury.
He doesn't look like he's moving as well as maybe he could do. He reminds me of a GAA player or a Gaelic football player. He's kind of his build and with his socks down and the way he moves. But he yeah, I think there's a lot more to come from him. But what we need to see now is a consistent midfield three where they're actually, playing together week in, week out. And let's give a shout out to Sandev. I've not got his name yet. It's not Sandev.
The right back.
The right back.
Yeah, he played super. I thought he was good.
It was a good debut.
He should have took more people on, though, I thought. I think he stopped himself going forward. He sort of got to the 18 yard and stopped and then played it inside, but that might have been the way he wanted to play. But I think he's got the ability to set people on. He looked really good. I
thought he gave us that extra threat, and we were playing a bit further up the pitch with him and Kitchen. They were kind of, even though he wasn't bombing on, they were still playing a bit higher. It was forcing Barnett back a bit. Hobson was actually taking the ball forward a bit more from the back, and we just looked like a better football team. And that's. Conlon's first, his full debut, so it's exciting, really.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about Charlie Raglan and Scott Hogan. I think that they're both kind of sort of slightly unsung heroes in respect of the recent run. I think Hobson gets a lot of plaudits, rightly so. From the fan base, and he's got that Rolls Royce look about him, hasn't he? When he's on the ball, I actually thought his passing was a little bit off last night.
Yeah.
But Raglan, does all the dirty defending work really.
Yeah, he did a good game
well.
last night.
Positionally, he's very good, and Hogan's he's in a real purple patch of form.
Yeah, agreed.
I think he does a lot of the dirty work at the back as well. I'd say out of the three of them, he probably wins more headers than the other two. And I just think Hogan might be one of those players that goes a little bit unnoticed, and you miss him when he's not there. Bit of a shame he picked up another booking last night. I think that's about 6 in his last 8
suspended
games.
Now. He's suspended for the next game.
Yeah. So that is a bit of a shame given what's a good run of form, and Mark Kitchen deserves a shout out as well. Someone who plays well pretty much week in, week out, and I think he's played every single league game for Oldham since he signed, and that kind of consistency, that kind of fitness is something that's often undervalued.
It's not the end of the world with Hogan being suspended, but I agree he's played really well. He won a lot of headers. He went on that mazy Beckenbauer-esque dribble where he just chipped it over the bar. If he'd have put his foot through it, I think he might have had a chance to get it on target to score. But
he's a very passionate player, Liam, as well.
Yeah.
And he's
Sutton, we've got Sutton to come in.
Well, that was my next question. Was going to be, so is it Sutton or McGay? Do you think
Sutton?
Well, but what do you think? What do you think the manager will do? What do you think, Andy? Who do you think he'll pick?
The thing about Hogan is he does that. He plays on the left of the three, doesn't he? Ragland didn't look comfortable there when he played there earlier in the season. Hobson's been very much on the right, played a game or two at right back, didn't he? So I guess it depends which out of McGarry and Sutton is potentially more comfortable on the left side of a three, unless that prompts a change in formation. If Hogan's out.
Yeah, well,
who would you have?
I think that Will Sutton's got a decent left foot, so I think I'd put him on that side. But if he was to play 4-4-2, who would you have? Walker's a winger, isn't he? But then who do you play on the right side of midfield?
Well, who'd you play at left back? You won't play
Kitchen.
Oh,
play left back. Well, you just play, 4 defenders, and then. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we do that, or if we'd go maybe a 4-3-3, maybe, or something like that. We'll see, won't we? I mean, the point is now is that there's a little bit more flexibility, options. Yeah,
you got Hope. We could go on the right wing, put Walker on the left, and make him come inside as well. You got quite a few different.
I think you're going to want to keep those three in midfield, though, Lundstrom and Conlon and Sharon, because they do work. So, and also I don't know what's the story with Dallas. I know he
just weren't match fit. I think he's just not. He's come back from Kilmarnock, had a few weeks just training at Barnsley. I think he's going to be. He might be ready for Saturday.
Not much difference between Tuesday and Saturday, is there, fitness wise? I mean, you'd know, you're a fitness guru. I mean, I don't know about these things.
Oh, you take it day by day, Matt. I
mean, you just improve every day, don't you? Just in generally speaking.
If only improve on the minute.
On the minute, yeah. So well, we'll see. But we're starting to we've got that point now where we're starting to play everybody again. So we played we obviously a few games have been cancelled, so we've not had a chance to play everybody again, but. We've done the double on Hartlepool. We've done the double on Barnet now. When we played Dorking, we've not been beaten.
Chesterfield.
So we've got to go through these teams now. We don't. Walking. We could do the double. So we don't want any team to do the double on us.
Nope.
So we've got to avoid that, and we've got to get our own back on the teams that have beaten us. So
just for Chris and Ibby, we're coming to you. Next, so to stand on there, but what do you think of our chances against Woking then, Andy? At weekend,
I was at the Woking game, the away game, and it's only 1-0, but we absolutely mullered them that day. Could have been 4 or 5.
It was our best performance of the season at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah. We looked great that day, and played really good football. So in the Oldham way, it's a potential stumbling block, isn't it? After the away win at Barnet, we lose at home to Ebbsfleet.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't got the same excuses we had for that Ebbsfleet defeat. The late night on the Wednesday, Thursday being a write-off. So I think there was some mitigation for the Ebbsfleet result, but they need to be up for it and on it on Saturday, just as they were last night. So. And if they are, we'll beat Woking.
I think there's the big difference now is that we're in the top 5, and there's a real something to chase, isn't there? Yeah, looking at that National League when you got the red, the grey, and the green for the results, and we've got 4 green and 1 red now. That just little things like beating Woking on Saturday and just having those 5 greens and. Chasing down Barnet and you never know, like if they lose and we win 7 points, all of a sudden that 3rd spot is in, and I think the players now are going to be at a different level, and the management team and everybody, the expectation on these players now is going to be higher, and I think the standards and what goes on in training and everything now has to be maintained at a really, really high level to say, look, no slip ups. And the mindset has got to change.
Bicky's been there, hasn't he? So it's not going to be uncharted territory for like Alexa Vunza, Thompson, or even like Sheridan did it with Chesterfield. But this uncharted territory, he's got Brab in there. He's got a head of recruitment who seems to be doing a blooming good job. By the way, can't remember his name. The guy who's used to be at Yeovil. But the signings that they've made are like Stones. What we said of Conlon, Hammond. We can't really comment on, but that That's the right back. They look good players, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They look like all rounded players who weren't just like getting in from here. It's like Ellis Chapman for good, you know what I mean?
Well,
just to name a few, you know, name one, he was just not really there, was he?
Andy, we listened to Dave talk to Mickey Mellon before, and you know, he was asking him about Mickey was saying about players want to come to Oldham now. Players, you know, and that wasn't the case. So I think you were talking about mitigating circumstances before. I think it was a difficult challenge earlier on, like last season. Players, the reputation of the club was still pretty poor. Now it's a different story. But what do you make of Mickey Mellon? Because when we were talking about the interview before, Dave, we say he says the right things in these interviews, doesn't he? He says what you want to hear, and I think that really does make him popular amongst the fan base. What's your take on what he's achieved so far?
The thing is, I think in terms of the way he conducts himself in the interviews, you could say it's easy. But I don't think it is easy, is it? Because not everyone pulls it off. Unsworth got it horribly wrong. And you know, I do think Mellon really got a good understanding of the club and the town early doors, and reflects that back at us. You know, he knows what we want to hear, so he tells us what we want to hear. And you know, he's got that fantastic track record, hasn't he? The 5 promotions that gives everyone a lot of confidence. He's clearly a really intelligent guy in terms of in terms of what he's done during his sabbatical, the writing of a book, just the way he talks. You can tell that he's someone that you don't mess with. I think Mike Fondop kind of confirmed that when he was guest on the phone-in. And one thing I really like as well is the way that he took a measured approach to our current squad. You know, there was no babies thrown out with bathwater. Yeah, he took his time. You know, he's been careful with Frank and the rest of the families and the board's money, and he's done a really good, thorough assessment of the playing squad we have at Oldham Athletic. And then he started to bring in the players that we needed to improve that squad. And you can say that some of it was obvious. You know, we've been crying out for someone like Conlon. We've been crying out for a right back. But he's brought in the right players, hasn't he? So, it'd be a churlish person that gave him sort of less than 9 out of 10, I think, on his scorecard so far.
Can I make a point? Now, this is going to go down like a bit of a lead balloon, but do you think that Mickey Mellon had it easier coming into this role than David Unsworth did? Because I think it's fair to say that David Unsworth had to set up all the back infrastructure of the club, the players' welfare, the players' environment. And I think that Mickey walking into that, I'm not taking anything away from what Mickey's done, and I'm not saying that David Unsworth is a better manager, but they did different things, and I think they both deserve a little bit of credit. You know, especially to David Unsworth, you know, like the players' lounge, getting a better environment. So that must attract players coming in. But I'm taking nothing away from Mickey Mellon. I think, you know, where we were in the league speaks for itself and what he's done. But I think there's got to be a little bit of credit that goes to David on that, don't you think?
Well, I think you can't
be ignored.
You can't deny that Mickey Mellon has come into a better ran football club than better situation, better circumstances than David Unsworth did. I'm sure, like not everything David Unsworth did was terrible.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure it wasn't all great either by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, look, and that's the whole point. That's kind of been what we've been saying, like on the podcast and the phone-in for. It is just getting better and better and better, and things are improving, and the backroom situation and all this kind of stuff. Hang on a minute. This whoever Showbiz is.
Showbiz.
Nonsense. Unsworth should have been chucked 10 minutes after the full-time whistle start. Well, he was chucked, wasn't it? It doesn't mean he didn't do any. It didn't mean he didn't do good work within the club.
Yeah.
You know, stuff that we don't know. In terms of the football side of things, he got sacked because he wasn't doing a good job, and that was it. But you know, like you said, there is other stuff that must have been going on.
The holistic view.
Yeah.
And I get that it's results based, it's performance, but I just wanted to give that little bit of credit, you know, to David Unsworth. Only a bit.
Well, it's to the club as the whole. The club club as a whole is in a much better situation than it was back then. And there's no doubt that Mellon's job is easier now than it would have been if he'd just started when Unsworth started. You know, it would have been a much better, more of a challenge. You know what I mean? So, yeah, what do you make of it, Andy?
And what we'll never know is what would have happened if Mickey Mellon or someone like Mickey Mellon had been appointed when David Unsworth was appointed. And I think, you know, one of the few blemishes on the current board and chief exec's record is the lack of a process or the lack of any transparent process when they appointed David Unsworth. And you know, hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? But with hindsight, you know, an inexperienced manager like David Unsworth wasn't the right appointment.
No, it wasn't.
Notwithstanding that he may have done some decent things, but I guess, you know, there's only so much value, isn't there, in looking backwards, and you know, now we're very much about looking forwards. You know, the great investment that the Rothwells have put into
and we've been backed, haven't we, in this January? We've been backed for the first time in God knows how long. Andy Dallas won't have come cheap. Ollie Hammond is on a 1.5 year deal. You know, Tom Conlon, flipping it, he were League One player, wasn't he?
Well, look at him, but I mean, but Unsworth was backed as well, wasn't he? It's just that, you know, back then some of the signings were not not ideal, but you know, I mean,
it's easy for him to say, well, we did it last year, sorry, we're going to see what we've got. You know, the board of...
But getting out of this division is the priority this season, isn't it? And if it's not going to be this season, it's going to have to be next season. It's a case of just, you know, building a squad that is capable, if not this season, next season, and that's what they're doing. And like Mickey Mellon said in his interview with Dave, he's got to get rid of some of the players that are in the squad in order to build again in the summer, because that's when the next building phase is going to be. And like we discussed on the pod on Monday, it's not that easy to get to move players on. I don't like the term "get rid of." It sounds a bit harsh, but like, you know, to move players on, or, you know, to get them going playing football somewhere else, because it's an expensive process. Once you enter into a contract, it's legally binding, etc., etc. So, and
it's Terry McPhillips who's the acting head of recruitment.
That's the
as well. Thanks, Andy, Swiss ambassador.
Yeah.
So yeah,
right.
Not you, Andy Halliwell. He texts me. That's all, mate.
Right. Any more points, Andy, before we move on?
Two things very quickly. I just echo what Graham said earlier. Fantastic listen on Monday, Matt. The story of the away trip that never was and ended up at rugby. That was a great listen, and hats off to those lads that did that. And like you, I really like it that we're kind of making friends while we're in the National League, hopefully for a short period of time, Dorking, rugby, whatever. And Dave, this is a finisher T-shirt from the Manchester Marathon 2023. So hopefully you'll have something like that in 2024.
Hope. There's always hope. There's always
if you
hope.
want to bob along at the back of the field with another Oldham fan, I'm in again. So I'll drop you a message.
If you're walking, you'll see me. If you're not, you won't. No. But yeah, we'll give it a go, mate. I'll see you. Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting my sexy Dave Latics kit ready and sorted. So
it's like your outfit's lycra based, I believe.
And how? Yeah. All right. Let's. Thanks, Andy.
Thanks for calling, Andy. Good to hear from you as always, mate.
Bringing all
See you soon,
Chris.
Here we go. Hello, Chris.
How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Good.
Did you go last night?
I did, yeah. I went with my brother. I've not been for a few games. My dad's been unwell since just before Christmas, so normally go with my dad and my brother. So we both kind of avoided it just because my dad couldn't go. But we were both roaring for it yesterday a little bit because we've not been in a few games, and then obviously we had the game called off, didn't we? And then the one before that as well. So
sending your dad our very best wishes, mate. We hope he gets better soon.
Yeah,
he's doing a lot better now, thankfully. So yeah, he can't wait to get back, but he's got a bit more to do before he gets back. But I appreciate your words there for sure. I'll pass that on. Just miles better, isn't it? Like yesterday was what it's. We fixed we hope that we fixed the little problems. We talked about it all season, didn't we, with the right back issue? And we've got the lad come through. It's Sac Dev, I think he's called, SACHDEV. But he's come through, and he looks like a proper little player. He's he's got an attacking head as well. He had that run, didn't he, in the second half where we played it out short from the back, and I think it might have been Conlon, I can't remember who it was, just pinged the ball straight over the top, and he had that ball. So I said to my brother at the time, he said, "Oh, like, how long has it been since we've had a right back that you go, oh my God, he's you know, it looks like a proper player." So, you know, it's good to see. And then, Conlon, I think the biggest thing that hasn't already been said about him was from, I don't know if we talked about set pieces before, particularly from corners. I thought his deliveries were excellent. I think the first one, he just lofted a ball into the box, and we you know, created a half chance from it, really. So that's going to be crucial for us, especially in this league, because if you can start getting delivery from set pieces and start creating chances from dead balls, it's going to be huge for us. And then obviously we had the 2 penalties yesterday, and I said to my brother yesterday, I said he got the first penalty, and I said I can't remember the last time we've had a striker who I just know it's in. He's not even hit the ball, and I know it's in. It's just going to hit the back of the net. And then he had the second one, and my brother was nervous, and he said, "Oh, I don't know. You never know because it's the second one. Does he go the same way?" And I was like, I'm not even bothered, and I wasn't nervous at all. He's always going to score in it. You can
flashbacks to Harry Kane against France in the World Cup. But you know what I was thinking of, like, with the penalty situation, because it's unusual you get 2 penalties and someone sets up to take them. But it got me thinking back to the relegation season a couple of seasons ago. And do you remember we had Forest Green away? We had penalty, Missalou smashed it on. Somebody else missed one. I can't remember. Sam Hart missed the last one. Well, we had 3 different penalty takers, and they all missed. And it was like, we can't even score.
Carla Dunn, or was it Hope against Carlisle?
I can't remember the middle one. I remember the first and third, but it was just like, we can't even score penalties. We're being given opportunities like this. We can't even hit the target. And then now, fast forward a couple of seasons, like you say, Chris, we've got somebody who's just like this. I'll do this all day if you want, like, no problem. 2 very different penalties. It's
probably getting a grand a pop, isn't it? So it's like, no problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like you said, Chris. It was just so nice to have that. Like we said here, like Andy Little, who never missed.
Shez never missed, did he? John Sheridan.
Because it's just, you know, to players of certain quality, it's it's, you know, to hit where you can pick out wherever you want to hit it in the goal, and you hit it there every time. So I mean, how are you feeling then? Are you excited, Chris? Now are you getting that real kind of like? It's such an unusual feeling to be at this point in the season and be buzzing and thinking, wow, this season might even go on beyond.
Yeah, it's been a weird season, hasn't it? Because we had obviously the first start of the season, so much expectation, and then we got absolutely shafted by Southend, and then you're thinking, oh my God, what's going on? And then you're thinking maybe it was a one-off, and then we had, I think, was the game after that, was that the Altrincham game, was it? Or I can't remember what the game after that was. We won one, and then we were just terrible, weren't we, from then on? And it was just obvious it wasn't working. And, I mean, you said obviously Unsworth, you said before, didn't you, Unsworth come into a situation, you know, where obviously the club was in a different situation, and, you know, I just think we've got a proven manager, and I think that's why I'm so happy we've got Mickey Mellon, is we've got a manager of completely different calibre. And I think, like, you've got a manager, you know, in Unsworth who, you know, he's tried and he's given it a go. It just hasn't worked out, has it? But it's just different gravy in it with Mickey Mellon. He just knows his stuff. You just tell he's just a proper football person. You just gets it. I wanted to talk about Norwood, really, and just, you know, I don't think anyone needs to sing his praises. We all know how good he is, but how intelligent of a player is he for winning that first penalty? It was like we had a fantastic view of it. It was literally right in front of me as he won it, but he just knows what the defender's going to do, and he just puts himself in that perfect position. He just goes in. I know he's going to jump over the top of me, and I'll just go down, and then. Yeah,
Child's it's just play, weren't it? It was just men against boys, weren't it? He was just superb. He's just different class. So we are trying to get him on the phone in. So if every Latics fan who is watching, can you just tag at OAFC phone in on his Twitter every day until he agrees?
Smother him.
just because I am mithering him, but he is standing tough. But don't worry, we will get him. So James Norwood, if you're watching, see you soon.
He's not going to be watching.
He'll be watching.
He's not watching.
Of course he's watching.
He's not watching.
Is he still not even changed his Twitter as well? That was the only other thing that about him.
I know. What
he's doing it on purpose, isn't he?
What a shithouse he is, isn't he? Proper shithouser in that, isn't it? But you know what? Listen, he's had a long career. He's at the tail end of his career now. He's got a lot of fond memories at a lot of other clubs. Once he starts getting those memories at boundary at Latics, and if we go to Wembley and we fire up, and then we're in League Two, and it'll all come, and he'll start to love his time at Latics. I hope that will have an effect with all the other players as well, because he's too good for this division, so he shouldn't be in it for too long. Let's hope. And the same for Conlon as well, and these players are with us for League Two, not for this division. Mm-hmm. So I just thought we get through the playoffs this season. I really do. It would be amazing. Third time lucky at Wembley.
You talked about it a couple of podcasts ago or a few weeks ago, didn't you? About we're putting together a spine, and you can see that spine now with all the way through the back, Hudson into Hobson, into Conlon, into Norwood. There's all those players in the middle that you can just go, right, yeah, that's, those players. And every good team has those players that you know they're on the team sheet every week. And know that it's that one player in that one key area, and you just know they're going to be there. And it just develops that consistency. And it's the other players around them that then change. It's so good to see that we've finally got that bit more consistency. Yeah, I think third's achievable, especially given how Barnet were yesterday. They were naff, really. The weather was hard, but
I thought they played well, mate. I thought the first passages of play they looked all right, and they could have had a one in the first 10 minutes, and then they came back, and they could have easily hit the post, and they just put one wide. So I didn't think they were a bad team, but I think we controlled them, and our defence was solid. I thought we nullified them. Yeah, we did. We did well in nullifying them.
I meant that in the sense of we nullified them. I don't think they hit the post, but I think it was a bit of an half chance.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong.
I don't think they were. A team you'd expect, you play someone at third, you expect them to be coming at you and competing with us, and I don't think they did. I think we outcompeted them for sure. So, exciting stuff, isn't it, for the rest of the season, and who knows.
What's your prediction for Saturday, mate?
If I'm honest, I've not even looked. I don't even know who we've got, so I don't know.
Woking, who are like fourth from bottom. And they've not won in They've not won in the last 5 games, and no. Don't say it. But ordinarily, you'd be looking at that and going, "Oh God, they've not won in the 5 games." Going to Boundary Park, I'm not feeling that though. Now I'm not feeling that way. I think that now is the time. At this point in the season, now is the time with this squad, with this managers, to start putting all that bullshit to bed and saying, that doesn't happen here anymore. That's the thing of the past. Let's not take it into the Boundary Park in our psyche. Let's not get nervous if it's 0-0 after 50 minutes, 60 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got the players on the pitch to win the game.
They've won 1 in the last 13.
Right, so we should beat them.
I think you're right, though. I think the players feel the same thing as well. I think there's a different mood everywhere, not just the fans. I think it permeates the entire football club, doesn't it? It certainly permeates down to the players. I think when the fans, we had it in games earlier this season where the fans are nervous, you 1-0 up, or it's 1-1, and you're feeling nervous, and the players can feel it as well. And we weren't nervous at all. I weren't nervous at all yesterday.
Well, I was when they hit the post, and it was like, oh God, last 10 minutes, never like that. Well, thanks for your call, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Thanks for that.
Cheers.
Take care, pal.
Take care.
Before I bring the captain in, because he's at work, I just want to put that message from Rob up about David Walton, who sadly passed away in December.
He came on.
He did. He came on long, just before Christmas, I think it was.
Made some great points as well.
Yeah, and he was in hospital then, wasn't he? So obviously we didn't know. I only spoke to him that once, but obviously a lot of you. He was a landlord at a local pub, I think, wasn't he? Yeah. And so a lot of people knew him. So
true gentleman. So
So raise a glass to David, and all the best. Rest in peace, David. Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for that, Rob. Right, the captain. Oh,
he's froze. There he is.
Look at all those lights on his head.
He's very slow.
I think he looks better in a sailor's cap than
Terry, are you there, mate?
Terry, have you got a hard on? Terry, have you got a hard hat?
No, I've got.
Oh, he's gone.
Is it right? We'll try and get him back in a minute.
Talk to Ibby.
Ibby.
Evening, guys. You all right, Dave and Matt?
Yeah, we're good, mate.
Great, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, Dave. You're feeling a lot better now.
I've still got getting over it, but I'm feeling better. Yeah, thank you.
Don't worry, he's giving it me with every second he's in my company. So.
Yeah, what a great win last night. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Things are looking up, and I've got a very good feeling about this at the moment.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to be optimistic. Somebody said in thing about we got beat by the Hendon. Let's keep a lid on the excitement. But when it was
a bit of a dick him though, wasn't it? It was though, weren't he?
Well, it was poor against Hendon. The point was that the players that came in weren't good enough. But in the league, we climbed up to 5th. Yep. 4 wins out of the last 5.
4 signings.
There's a confidence seems to be permeating through the squad.
Dallas yet?
No, we've got Dallas to come. Yeah.
I'd like to thank the Rodwell family for sticking it out, investing in new players, which is helping the case. And I really hope that at the end of the season, we can say that we got promoted because they deserve to have it because they've put a lot of effort in this club.
Listen, it's been brilliant what they've done, and the way it goes in football is there's no guarantees that you can put in. Look at Wrexham and Notts County both finished second in the National League and didn't get promoted, and they were 20 points clear in second. So there's absolutely no guarantees in this division that you're going to get promoted. No matter how much money you throw at it, no matter how hard you work, it's sport, so it's very, very unpredictable. But that being said, a team that finishes the season strong going into the playoffs tends to be.
Yeah, well, let's just see. Life's a rich tapestry, and we're just another stitch on the old tapestry.
That was semi-poetic, that day.
Really looking forward to what Mickey Mellon has done because it was a very bad time under David Unsworth, and Mickey Mellon has come in, it slowly changed. And he does deserve a lot of credit for that. And I'm hoping on the weekend it's another win. But as you know, we're typical Latics. We do well, and then when it comes to next game, we blew it.
I don't think we're going to blow it against Woking. I think one win in 13. I think we're on a good run.
Got the cool win in the league, and it's just going to build from there.
I think we've turned a corner. I'm not saying we won't get beat before the end of the season, but a game like this on Saturday,
we're looking more how to win games. You know what I mean? So,
we have a review for a request for a ref review, Dave.
Please mention the referee yesterday. It was a disaster class. Oh, I like that.
Disaster.
Well done. He was shit. And if you're watching Manchester FA, I'm retiring at the end of the season, so there's nothing you can do about it. So,
it got worse as the game went on, didn't it?
It was so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. Apart from the ball in the face.
And the 2 penalties he gave us.
Yeah. Well, they were clear as day, weren't they, really?
Well, so would that, what that foul on Norwood was as well at the end, wasn't it? But
and he didn't give it.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys, for having me on, and I'll let another caller come in.
Thanks for calling, Ibby.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
I love it how he ends his calls. He goes, hi, yeah, cheers, bye. Yeah.
So we mentioned the pub that David was the landlord of. It was the new museum in.
Okay. Yeah.
So there we go. Like you said there, bottled so many decisions. Back to Sunday League for him.
Yeah.
Maybe. I thought the Latics players were very nice. They sort of went round him to check he was okay, didn't they? To be fair.
Yeah, I love the Shatix video today. That was class.
That. Mike Fondop celebrating winning that penalty was class, wasn't it?
Yeah, he picked up the ball for a second and then realised, James is on the pitch. He's like, give me the ball.
Yeah.
So just remember all you Latics fans are watching, all 177 of you, or any future watchers, get on to James Norwood. He is on Twitter.
Give out his socials, Dave.
It's at OAFC Phoning and James Norwood's
Nors. Something J Nors or something in it.
Second.
Come on.
It's at jnorwood_10. So that's at jnorwood_10. So
That's
just
at jnorwood_10.
Yeah, so it's just at OAFC Phoning. Come on the show. Just do it about 10 times a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it. Obviously, the captain was having connection issues. Couldn't get through.
He just texted me now saying
he was looking good in his hard hat. I said it right that time. Yeah.
He said all the scaffolding on site is causing a Faraday cage. Ooh. Whatever one of them is. So yeah. Oh, Faraday cage.
Simon Faraday cage. We've got here's that Latics.
You can be blamed for
that's
a lot
of Latics fan, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, it is. I believe. Anyway, we'll call it a day because there's no more callers and I can't be asked filling another 10 minutes with me and you chit-chatting, can you?
You could buy us a coffee though, couldn't they?
Oh yeah. So now, Dave, fans can buy us a coffee. How do you like your coffee?
Like a nice cream, white, frothy latte.
Latte. So if you want to buy Dave a
latte,
then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast. I'll just take mine black. I do like listening to that. I like listening to you go latte through my earphones.
Yeah,
it's nice. Keep your eyes peeled on socials and whatnot for news about our end of season party, our end of season promotion party. All right, love.
Yeah.
Our Valentine's Day phone in.
Yeah.
We were talking about this before, weren't we?
Yeah.
Dave and I are planning on having a very romantic candlelit dinner here.
Yeah.
For the phone in.
We're gonna have oven bottom muffins with a sliver of beef.
You've got lovely oven bottom muffins, Dave. And we're gonna have a love themed phone in.
Yeah, love themed phone in.
So if you're stuck for date ideas on Valentine's evening,
if you really want to treat the wife, put the HD TV on and see a pair of two crackers.
A pair of tits. A pair of tits on YouTube.
Yeah. So
So that's what's coming up. If
you want to piss off the wife, put a pair of tits on YouTube as well.
Yeah. Tremendously exciting. So we'll see you all down at Boundary Park on Saturday. Let's make it very, very busy, make it very, very noisy. Let's cheer the boys on to third place.
Come on, Oldham.
Thank you for listening to the Boundary Park Alert System, a QPod production hosted and produced weekly by Matt Dean, Andy Halliwell and Dave Bradley. QPod is Oldham's only dedicated podcast production company, and if you'd like to learn more about how podcasting can help take your brand to the next level, visit kupod.co.uk. A huge thank you goes to all those people who subscribe to the podcast on Spotify. We really appreciate you all. Please visit oafcpodcast.co.uk and click Be a Supporter or find the link in the show notes if you'd like to help us fund the show. It's only $2.99 per month to subscribe, but if you'd rather make a one-off donation, please visit buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast or click the link on our website. Don't miss the Latics football phone-in every Wednesday live from 8:30pm. Please visit youtube.com/@OAFC podcast and do hit subscribe while you are there. You can also follow and interact with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok at OAFC Podcast. Big thanks go to Eileen Finnegan for writing our excellent weekly blog, which we encourage you to read on our website every Saturday morning, and also to Paul Prendergast for providing us with all the Latics Mind questions. The title music for the show is by Manchester DJ and producer Starion, and for more information visit bandcamp.com/Red Laser Records. If you'd like to be a guest or contribute to the show, we would love to hear from you. Until then, see you next time.